I'm Vanya Womack, Executive Director of Refugees Unknown Stories Untold, where we're working to collect stories currently from the Turkish Purge in order to create an archive so that journalists, students, professors, and those who are looking for stories specifically on the Turkish Purge have a centralized location to find them. So our guest today is Adnan Yildiz, and I'm really excited to have him because he was a cadet when all of this happened in July of 2016 in Turkey, and he's going to tell us his story and exactly what happened to him during this period of time. So thank you so much. Adnan, could you tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then we'll start talking about what happened that night of July 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you very much for inviting. I am Adnan. I live in now Germany for 3 years. I came from Turkey in Istanbul. I was an Airforce Cadet. Then for 4 years had I lived in Turkey, Greece, Italy, and after Germany. Now I am learning here German language. I am alone. My family is in Turkey now. I am 26 years old. That was.
That's great. So tell me, during the period of time that this 2016 coup happened, tell me what you were doing. You were a cadet, but what does that mean?
Yeah, cadet mean I was a student. That's equally a university, but military university. You learn something from the faculty. I was in business, and you learn too the military stuff. And I was in Air Force Academy, so I was learning to some military stuff, normal, and some flight stuff too. Yeah, that was what cadets do. Yeah.
Okay, good. And so you're a cadet, you're in school, and I understand from the documentary that you and several of your friends made. I mean, it's very interesting and informative and really gives a great picture into, how this coup really happened. So I think you guys did a very, very good job of showing that. So tell me, that night, walk us through what happened.
Yes, normally our academy is in Istanbul, but 15 July, I was in the Ankara. In Ankara, there is an academy too, and we were. I was with my 142 friends in the academy in Ankara, and we were some military stuff, learning some training, doing. And that night, 15 July came. We were in the academy. We were on our beds, and we prepared to şılav. Uyumak üzere hazırlanıyorduk.
We were going to sleep.
Yeah, we were getting ready to go to sleep. Gotcha.
Yeah, we were going to sleep. Mm-hmm. And about 9 p.m., my friend said to me, he saw on the Twitter some things that in Istanbul about weird things going on, and I look at too. Then after 30 minutes, we heard some flights, and there was F-16 in the air, yeah, on the Ankara, and we went to the window and looked at outside, and we saw it. Then our commander officer told us that all of you coming here and on the floor, he said us that we don't know what's going on outside, and we can't go anywhere, and we had no gun or something. I have the sport training wear, something, and the other friends too have different clothes, but not military clothes, yeah, you know, and not gun. Our personal stuff was in Istanbul, in the our academy, yeah. And our commander said that we are not going to anywhere. We should in safety. Your security, our security is to stay here, and you can go now your beds. When something's happened, I will call you. Then we went to our beds, and we are following on the Twitter and on the internet the news, but we cannot understand the situation. That was so hard to understand because that was 9 p.m., 10 p.m. But there was some military flights and just a few sergeant or something, maybe 50 person of the Istanbul Boğaziçi Bridge, and what they are doing there. That was not a cop. That's not look like a cop for us. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Okay. That can make. So we couldn't understand that. Then on the midnight, at the midnight, our commander called us, and we went to some other room in the academy. That's a big room, and there was a television, and all of friends and our commanders went to there. We were watching the TV, and we saw Erdogan. That was on the TV. That he said, I was on a plane. I'm going to, I think, Istanbul or something. I'm in safe. All our friends or our party things, the person should go out. That's our country or something like that, blah blah blah. Then we saw us, and I said my friends that he was next to me. I had a laugh, and he had too. We had nothing told. We had nothing told extra. We don't need. That was.
Let me ask you. So Erdogan was talking right through his phone, through FaceTime, calling people to go to the streets. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Then we had understood. We understood that situation, but we couldn't do anything. And just our friends after 1 a.m. Went to outside in Istanbul. But normally in the academy, you don't have the phone. Yeah, you don't have phone. You don't have the news. You don't have the television or something or radio, anything. The technology things that was no some technology things. So they didn't know anything, and their commander said to them go out, and they did. But we had in the Ankara television and telephone because that's a special training. That's not a camp or something. So we had the telephone, and we heard that our friends go out in Istanbul and they had some problems. They are going to street, but they don't know what they are doing. Like I said, they don't have any technology things. So they are asking the people. They saw the people and asking, "What are you doing here? What are you attacking us?" Mm-hmm. Yeah, then the people attacking our friends. Then the people say that there is a coup attachment. What are you doing here? And blah blah blah. And our friends understood the situation, but they couldn't do anything, and they didn't any with the gun. They didn't do anything. They stayed for 6 hours on the street, and with the police, they went to the police station. And I was in academy too, and till the morning, I was waiting in the academy, and some of friends went to other military base. Mm-hmm. Because our commander said there will be some bus or the other things, I don't know. They will come and took us, and we will going to our Airforce Academy. We have 2 bases in Istanbul and in Yalova, near to Istanbul. We are going to our base, so we can safe. Mm-hmm. Stay, yeah.
So you left Ankara and went to the base.
Yeah, we want to left Ankara because there was 2 F-16 and helicopter, and there was some attacking the people. We saw that, and there was a bomb near us, and our window that was broke. Yeah,
shattered.
Our window or something, and our we couldn't hear something. That was so bad. So our commander said, we are living here, we are leaving Ankara, and there was 2 helicopters came into the academy, and our commander said we are going to the other base in Ankara, and we will fly we will fly in Yalova into our base, Airforce Academy. And we said, of course, yeah. And some of friends went to with the helicopters went to the other base, that's Etimeskut air base, that's called. And the helicopters didn't came again.
They didn't come back. So
yeah.
you were still waiting in line to get on a helicopter, and
Yeah.
the helicopter that took people didn't come back.
Yeah, 91 friends and our commanders went to Etimeskut air base, but the helicopters didn't come back, and me and my 50 friends stayed in the academy. So till the morning we stayed there, and then we went to our beds again.
Mm-hmm.
And we called our commanders, what are you doing there and what can we do here? They said you should stay there and doing nothing. You will not doing anything that the other commander said. So we went to do our beds and sleep. And the 12 days stayed here. We stayed in the academy, and then the police came and took us. They said we should we should ask some question to you about the 15 July, the coup. And we said okay, and we went to the police station. And there was 6 days I was in there, but there was there was no food enough, and they in one day we took 250 grams bread and 2 potato and 1 liter water. Yeah,
for all of you.
Yeah, for all of us. And that was 6 days. That's like, and the police was there off. Yeah, that was they said to us the bad words,
Mm-hmm.
some things, and we should. We were in a volleyball stadium.
Gym, like a gym.
Yeah, volleyball gym, and we couldn't sleep when we want, and they were coming all the time and yelling us, and we had the things that are hands on our hands, and in the toilet too. We were
your hands were in handcuffs.
Yeah, we were like that. That was 6 days, and that was so hard. And normally that's a rule. We should every day medicine test. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some doctors. They were coming. They were asking us, "Have you a problem here? Did someone punched you?" For example, one of my friends said the policeman had punched me, but the doctor said, "Okay, that's not a problem," and go. Yeah, that was so normal. And I had an experiment. There was a general. He called Aydın Gündüz. Yeah, okay. General Aydın Gündüz. the police took the general and take the in front of us, and they punch at you so much. Yeah,
They tortured him.
Yeah. They tortured him, and him and his friends too. Yeah, that was 6 or 7 persons.
Were they all commanders? Were they all commanders or higher level?
Higher level, yeah. That was general. He was general, but I know him. He was a good man, I think. Yeah, I know his daughter too, and I saw his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That was too bad. And after 6 days, we went to the justice, in front of the
Judge.
Judge, yeah.
Okay.
After 6 days, we went to in front of the judge, and the judge asked us some questions, and we told everything about that night. But they said that we can not free. We should go to the prison in Ankara Sincan prison.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to there, and we need to the camera recordings. Yeah, and the camera recordings, they can see us what we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nothing. We sit all the night there, and on the telephone and the TV, we was there, but they didn't see the camera recordings for 6 months. After the 6 months, they looked at the cameras and they said, "Oh yeah, you didn't do anything that night. So you can you are free, and you can go to your family."
And that was 6 months.
Yeah, that was 6 months, and that was some problems too in the prison.
Tell me about that. Can you tell me about that prison? Because I've heard different things about that prison. What can you tell me?
I can some of explain. That normally in one room, that was 14. Yeah, that was 14 for 14 people, one room. But we were in there 42 people.
42 people on a room for 14.
Yeah, we were lying on the ground, and that was not hot water in winter too, just 4 hours weekly. Yeah, 4 hours weekly, and end of the days, end of the prison life, they gave us 8 hours weekly hot water, and in winter that was better for us, and we were that was a 2 bedroom, and we were 43 people in there, so we couldn't take a bath in 3 or 4 minutes. We had, yeah,
Okay.
and we should to our clothes washing with hot water. So that was hard, and that the food was not enough too, and we should buy extra with our monies, and my family had not so good station in the so they couldn't give me so money, and that was our friends too. Some of people had money. Their family had a good money, but some of nothing. Yeah, and some of they had no family. So we could there every time zusammen. I want to Deutsch. Together. Yeah.
Together.
We should together something buy. So yeah, that was hard too for some of us.
How did you keep yourself sane in there? How did you keep yourself together?
Yeah, that was too hard at the beginning. Yeah, I don't know the police station. I don't know the judge. I didn't see there in there for my life. That was too weird, and that was so hard at the beginning. And that's a memory that can I talk. Normally, I am not so religious people. Yeah. Could I said I don't know, but I know there is a God, but I don't believe so much. Yeah, I believe, but I'm not doing everything with the things. But I have a believe. Yeah, I believe the God. And first night in the prison, that was so bad, and in one room that was so many people, we couldn't sit at the same time, all of people. Yeah, that was so
crowded.
Yeah, and that was the worst day in my life, for my life. And I said, God, I know, yes, you are there, but if you are there, why you are not doing something? That was some from my heart. Yeah, yeah, I know you are there, but how can you not doing anything for us and for the other people? That was a dramatic scene for me. So at the beginning, like I said, we had no television, we had no newspaper, we had no radio. There was just walls and friends. Pass out. Yeah, I had just one time in my life passed out. Yeah, you know, passed out.
Passed out.
You know about that. That was in prison. We had not enough the food. We had not enough the salt, and they were not giving at the beginning some things, just some of food. And I passed out one time. So at the beginning, that was so hard.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah, and we couldn't see our family weekly. Normally, we can see our family, and we can at the telephone talk, but they didn't give us these things. Yeah. And the first seeing my family, that was hard too. We were good mentally because we are together with our friends, and all of them were two good people. Yeah. So we were we were not so bad and mentally, and we went to seeing the family, and we are doing better. Yeah, we are laughing with our friends to give them some hopes. Yeah, and I said, I saw my father. He came, and I saw my brother. He came, and at the end, my mother came. She saw me, and she, with your hand, take her heart and at the wall like that, and they stayed us for a while. She were crying, and she were too bad. That was a dramatic moment too in my life, and we gave them some hopes, and they went back, and after 6 months, after 6 months, we were free, and I tried to build a new life. That was hard, but I tried with my friends, and the government had closed the military academy. Yeah, all of the academy was closed after the 15th July. So I need to a new university find. Then that was Istanbul University. I went there, and I finished there. But in the February 2018, 2018, that was some organization for our friends. Our friends for 6 years in prison, in Istanbul. Some of our friends, and that was 209 people, our friends, and they had life life in
imprisonment.
In prison, they got life in prison.
Yeah, life in prison, and so we want to do something for our friends with their family, and their family were too bad, and we had this situation too, and our family too, and I can understand them. So they had the decision that we should, in front of the Kemal Atatürk gravity, in Ankara, they want to go there, and I was with them too. They want to just to press some explain, give some explain, that our children didn't anything, they should free, and that was peaceful organization, but the government and the police don't like that in the Turkey. So the police gave us some problem there, and after the organization, they didn't let to do the organization, and they took some of us, 20 people, again the police station.
Back to the police station, okay.
Yeah, and we had again that things, and for 10 days I was in there. They want to some things. They want to do some things that's like we are doing some terrorism, some terrorist things. Yeah, we are in the they are saying that FETÖ, you know, that yeah, they believe that we are a terrorist. We are in the FETÖ organization. They want to hear from us that, yeah, and we didn't say that because we are not. And that was a 10 days. That was a volleyball gym or volleyball stadium. Or
the stadium, a gym again?
A gym again. That was hard too, but not harder. Not harder. The other one.
Than the first time?
Yeah, the first time.
So they weren't beating anybody or torturing or doing anything like that?
They were not beating, but there were some yelling and they said us that you can't go free and you will in prison again and you will not go out. And that's something, some pressure on of us. So after 10 days, we came in front of the judge again, and that was not a crime too. That we are saying our friends are not guilty. So the judge said us, you can free, can go. That does not a problem. Yeah, we are free now, but we had some bad experiments again. Yeah, and like I said, I tried to a new life build, but they are doing again. They are taking us. They are yelling. They are sometimes beating some of us. That was too hard and too hard for our family too.
Sure.
Yeah, and after 3 months, that was one police. At one night, I want to go to the prison to see my friends. You know, yeah. I was doing that weekly. Yeah, I loved their family and them. So I was going to weekly to the prison, but that was so 2 hours from my home.
Oh, so you had to travel there.
Yeah. So I should stay at night at my friend's house. Yeah. And
Close
that night.
Prison?
Yeah. Yeah. And that night, the police came my home again. That was 3rd time, and they couldn't find me there, and they said my father that Adnan should come us again, but there is no problem. We just asking some questions, so he can come here. And that.
So they just kept coming after you at your home.
Yeah.
Right. And you were lucky that night because you were going to visit your friend 2.5 hours away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the night that you said, I need to leave?
Yeah. Exactly. For the 3rd time, not for the. Öncesinde ne demek?
Before the 3rd attempt.
Before the 3rd time, my family and my friend told me every time that you should go out, you should leave the Turkey because they are not given. They will some they will everyday problem here, and they will take you again. And but I couldn't do that because I loved my country, I loved my family, I loved my friends. I didn't want to live in another country in my life. I didn't want to. Yeah, that was too hard for me. So I didn't go out. But the third time, that was I was 9 days in the police station too. But there was the harder because I was alone. Yeah, I was alone in the 3 meter quadrimeter, yeah, 3 quadrimeter room, and there is nothing, just walls. There is no friends, so that was so hard for me, and psychologically, I had think too much there, yeah. And after the third time, I went again in front of the judge, and he said me that you had 6 months in prison, and and we couldn't any things about you, yeah, and you should go out. There is no problem. But my things, my process will going on, yeah.
So it was going to continue anyways.
Yeah. But you can go out because there is no things in my life, in my bank account or in my telephone. Yeah.
You didn't have an app on your phone. You weren't banking at the at a certain bank that they were. After. Okay.
Right. So the process was the station was going on, and some of our friends had from 6 to 10 years. They had the punishment. Yeah. So and I was not good. After the third time, that was so hard to me psychologically. I finished my university while they are doing that, and I think that I should go out. Yeah, I should leave the country. I didn't want to, but I must. And with one of my friends, I went out before 4 years. I went out with one of my friends. I lived in Turkey, and I went to the Greece.
And you went to Greece. Did you go on the Aegean Sea or the Meric?
In the Greece.
How did you get to Greece?
Yeah, on the Meric River, on the Meric River, we went in the Greece, and that was a village in the Greece near we go out, and we saw some of people and said, we are from Turkey, can you call the police? We should asylum. Asylum, yeah. We want asylum. And they called the police, and police took us. And 10 days I was there, but there was so bad.
Tell me about that. Were you pushed back?
No, there was no pushback. There was no pushback, but in the police station in Greece, that was so bad room. The bed, there was no light, for example, in the bed. And there was no phone. They took us from our phone. That was so bad there. And I said, my friend, that these police stations were worse in the Turkey.
Worse than back in Turkey, huh?
Yeah. But we will go out for 10 days, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just
that was tough. So you got from there. Did you go to Athens then? And you
then we went to Athens, but I want to come in the Germany, but I couldn't because they that needs so much money, and the police catch you every time. I tried, but I couldn't for 6 months. After the 6 months, I decided to with the boat to Italy.
What kind of boat was that?
That was a yacht.
It was a yacht. Okay.
Yeah. That
like
was
a tourist? Like you were a tourist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we were tourists, but we couldn't do it, and we were 16 people there. But we couldn't do that because near the Italy Sea, that there was just 15 miles or something. The police saw us, and they took us on the sea, and we went to again. I went to again police station.
And this is in Italy now, right?
Yeah, this is in Italy. I said my friend that I was in Turkey. I was going to in police station the cities, Istanbul, Ankara, villages. But
got
now,
around a little bit.
Yeah, I am traveling to other countries police station.
Right, you're on a tour. Wow.
Yeah. And we stayed there just one night, and that was good people there. And after the one night, I want to go to Germany, and the other day I took a ticket with the train, and I took bus, I took the train, and I went to the Germany. And I was some of commanders, officers here, and he called me here. I went first in the Cologne. Yeah, Cologne. Yeah. And I decided to, in Germany, asylum make. Then I went the departments of the Ausländisch, they say. And I went to camp, you know.
Yes, So you claimed asylum, and then you had to go to the refugee camp?
Yeah, you know. That's right. That's the refugee camp, and that was about 15 months. I was in the refugee camp, and after the 13 months, I had the license permit, residence permit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't give me a home. So that was some stuff in the Germany, in that land. Yeah. Sorry, English and German words.
No, that's okay.
Coming. And I stayed 2.5 years in refugee camps.
In refugee camp, different refugee camps?
Different refugee camps, yeah. That was hard too, because sometimes I stayed with 2 people, sometimes with 10 people in the room. Psychologically, that was so hard.
Yeah.
And after the Turkey, that was harder.
Right. And I think it's important to point out too, Adnan, is that you were 20 years old, right? When the coup happened.
Yeah.
Doing the math right in my head.
Yeah.
You were 20 years old, so you were very young.
Yeah.
When all of this happened, and to look and see what you have had to do over a period of time of 6 years now, just to get to a safe place.
Yeah, that's right.
Is a lot, and psychologically that's a very heavy thing to carry, right?
Yeah.
It'll always be a part of you. It's really heavy. But what I like seeing is that you look like you're settled now.
Yeah.
So what are your hopes for going forward? Tell me what you hope.
Yeah, my first hope is for my friends. They think in prison now and for 6 years, and they will stay here for a moment too. I don't know, but I hope as soon as possible. So my first hope for them and for their family.
So for those cadets that are still in prison, do you know how many cadets are in prison right now?
290 cadets.
209.
Yeah.
Cadets.
Yeah.
Okay, are being held in prison where they have been for 6 years. So they went in when they were what, 20?
Yeah, there was some of 20, some of 18. Yeah.
So not only have they lost, that amount of time, just being social, in communities, but they also have lost that amount of time in regards to their education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
at the documentary, I said too that from 18 years, they were 18 years old. Some of them, they didn't have a girlfriend, and they didn't drink tea or something with their friends, and they didn't have at the university or something for 6 years. That was too much.
Yeah. That's really a shame that has happened. The more that we can bring attention, to these injustices that are happening, human rights violations, that kind of thing, the better off. So by telling these stories like you're telling your story, we're letting more people know exactly what is happening and what has been happening over a period of time. And the more that we can do that, the more, Adnan, that you can get people to talk and to tell their story, the stronger you all are collectively.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me one other thing that you hope for. You have your friends, so what do you hope for you?
Yeah. After 3 months, I will take my B2 certificate, German certificate, and then I had some of work ideas. I have too much friends in Europe, in Canada, and the UAS, America. So we are talking all the time, and maybe we can do something. We can work together on the internet. selling, and I for 3-4 months I was looking at the cyber security.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have friends too. They are doing that
Mhm.
in the business area, and there are some course about 1 year
Mhm.
long, and I'm thinking that too. Um, I learned some network things, yeah, on the IT. So that was an option too. That's an option. And some of our friends and our commanders, they are doing here some business too in the telecommunication. They are working with the biggest firm, the biggest firmalarla.
Companies.
Companies.
Uh-huh.
They are working with the biggest companies in Germany. Maybe I can join them too.
Sure.
So there was a few options, and after 3 months, I will decide that.
That is so great. And you know what? I'm so glad that you have those things that you can look forward to.
Thank you.
Because that's what you can do now. Is
Yeah.
you can talk about what's happened so that other people know, because that's extremely important, and you can encourage other people to do the same. And then you can look forward into doing something new, doing something different. And I look at you guys in Germany, just for example. I mean, not only do you have Turkish, but you probably have some Greek, and you're definitely going to be fluent in German, at some point, and that already there makes you valuable.
Yeah, thank you.
So listen, as I close this out here, I just want to say that for all of the cadets that had to go through this, all of these young men, 18, 19, 20 years old, many who are still in prison right now, that we call for their release. And we look at people like you, Adnan, and say, you know what, you're a hero for what it is that you've gone through. You really are. And the fact that you keep your friends in your heart and in your mind, and that they know that, that's really special too. So thank you very, very much for letting us interview you. And I encourage everyone to look at probably below here, and you'll be able to see where the documentary link is, and definitely check out the documentary of these young cadets that are each telling their story. So thank you, Adnan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that too much.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.